think sometimes it's better to talk to people who've actually got cancer because they know what your side effects are and how you're actually feeling.
You don't know what it's like unless you've actually been through it yourself.
Going to a support group, you know the people who are going through the same thing as you.
The main reason was to have a coffee and a biscuit and sit and talk and help each other. My name's Rick and I was diagnosed with stage 1 lung cancer in 2016.
My name's Sandra Hudson and I was diagnosed in May 2017 with stage 4 bowel cancer.
My name's Karen Kilcommons. Back in 2018 I got diagnosed with breast cancer.
My name's Mariam Jandad. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in October 2020.
I honestly sometimes don't know how we got through it all. My husband took it really hard and my daughter didn't want to talk about it. My son likes to know everything. It took its toll on everybody because I was ill through the treatment and that's not mum. You know, I'm always the one who's kept things going.
It was quite a shock for me to find out about breast cancer because I'm very active, I eat healthy, I looked after myself, but getting that diagnosis, I never ever thought I'd get it, to be honest.
When they said the words palliative and terminal, it felt very much like I was right at the end of my life. I'll always have cancer, I am terminal, and it has recently just spread into one of my rib bones. But my dad always told me never to worry about things that you can't change.
You've just been told that possibly you're going to die very shortly. It's difficult at times because it's so easy to fall into like a slough of despair. I've got cancer, I'm ill, and it's going to kill me. But there's a bright side to life as well.
Our charity, Yorkshire Cancer Community, is all about patients helping patients. We were set up by a group of patients who felt there was a big gap when finishing treatment. Everyone expects them to go back to normal, but what was normal? All they really wanted was to speak to other people who were going through the same thing. We set up our charity to help solve these challenges. We are Yorkshire Cancer Community. We tell patients stories, we put patients in touch with other patients, we help promote support groups, and we help our patients to have a voice.
I was involved in a lung cancer support group and that was an excellent support. You had people who were suffering the same cancer as you, and you could talk to them about it. They could talk to you about theirs.
There's lots of groups out there. I first saw a post from Yorkshire Cancer Community on Facebook, but I volunteer my time with Maggie's Cancer Centre in Leeds.
Going to a support group, one of the key things that really sticks out in my head was one of the ladies that I spoke to, she said, I can promise you this time next year you're not going to feel like this, you'll be in a much better place. And that just gave me so much hope.
I think talking to friends gets things off your chest, but I also go to the woodwork group. That's a very mental group. They're all living with little issues and things like that, so that's a really good support group that we all sort of come together and we can talk to each other about how we feel, and they always ask how you are.
It's important, I think, to have an objective support group as opposed to your family where it's always subjective and it's difficult to talk about. They either get upset or you get upset.
Even though my family and my friends have been there, it's not the same as actually sharing experiences with people who've gone through what you've gone through. I think through treatment I didn't want that support. It was afterwards for me. You just plough your way through treatment sometimes and afterwards you need that support, so look for it and use it because it's invaluable.
Some of the people you meet, there's always someone a lot worse than you, but there's always someone who can make you smile as well. The right mental approach counts an awful lot in the fight against cancer. I believe it does, and a lot of the people I've talked to think it does. And 6 years on, I'm sure it does.